Before this video starts, I want to make this clear. I don't support Yandere, much less his actions as a disgusting wiki file. That's for YouTube guideline security. And I make this video as a recall to one of my childhood games, to take it from the hands of a disgusting person and shape it into something better I knew with my own ideas and ideas I picked up from another Yandere simulator creators on this app. I hope you enjoyed the video, and without further ado, let's start. Yandere Simulator, yes, who don't know that game? In case you live under a rock and you haven't seen many YouTubers in your childhood, Yandere Simulator is a game created in 2014 by the infamous developer Yandere. In this game, you follow the life of Ayano Aishi, a student at Academy High. She was born with a rare condition that made her not be able to feel emotions. Now, one day she bumps into this student called Taro Yamada, which is like an NPC. It's like the most boring person in the world, and, well, she suddenly has emotions and decides to kill anyone that approaches her senpai, between many words, because, yeah, it's a weird word. Now in the game there's rivals, which are the people you have to kill in order to get closer to senpai. The thing with Yandere Dev is that he hasn't like added most of them yet, because he's a lazy bitch. But the designs are out there, so... In this series of 5 videos we're going to redesign and reshape the rivals and their mechanics. Also kind of the game in the process, to make it more fit. And just to have fun and take this concept out of a pedophile's hands, you know, cause... Yandere Dev's a pedophile. But before we start, we have to lay down some ground rules on this universe. No panty photos as currency. Instead, now InfoChain takes real money as currency. We have to keep in mind that the characters are minors, they are 16. Now let's start with the first rival. Osana and Senpai have been close friends ever since they were young children. They always lived next door to each other and they have always walked together to school. Despite their closeness, Osana is quite rude and harsh towards Senpai. She's always easily irritated and quick to anger when he's around. The reason for this behavior is because Osana has developed a crush in Taro and she doesn't want him to know. She's the first rival to be implemented on the game, which took like 27 years. So the main problem I have with this design is that there were too many warm tones. Osana's hair is orange, their stockings are orange too, well, salmon. The scrunchies on her hair were orange too. Everything was too orange. I also felt that their design didn't have as much personality as she shows in the game. So now I'm going to talk about the change I made. The first change I kinda made was to make her skin a little bit more darker, because the tone it didn't feel really human. It felt pink, Genshin Impact type of character shit. I also changed the color of the socks and the color of the scrunchies to be teal because I think it fits nice with orange. I changed the uniform a little bit to make the skirt longer because I think the skirts in this game are too short for 16-year-olds. Like, you're in a school, you don't need a short skirt. And finally I added some more details like her earrings, which are cats, because their mission requires you to find like a charm cat-shaped, because she likes cats and I thought it would be nice. I also added friendship bracelets with Reibaru because I thought it was a nice detail, and also it has to do with the elimination method I planned for her. I forgot about the hair. I made it like she dyed her hair orange and she has like the roots showing. I also made it shorter because I felt that it was kind of unnatural for it to be that long. Now on this world she's still Senpai childhood friend, but instead of being passive-aggressive, she's now more protective around him, because Taro was a really fragile child growing up. As time progresses, she makes friends with Raibaru, which she has been for 4 years now. Instead of having to kill her in the world I created in my mind, you must matchmake her. With who? Raibaru! And I feel this makes sense, because Raibaru and Osana are literally inseparable. Like, in the game, if you do something to Osana while Raibaru's there, you're gonna die. Because yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Osana is bisexual and Raibaru is a lesbian. At least on my version of this game. And that will be Osana Najimi in my version of Yandere Simulator. So here's the final design, and we hope to our next rival. Ama is the president of the school's cooking club. Her culinary skills are far beyond her age, and nothing makes her happier than seeing people enjoy the food that she has prepared. Amai will be absent from school during the first week of gameplay, but she will meet Senpai at a point in time where Senpai is feeling sad and vulnerable. She will quickly forge a bond with him during the point of time when Senpai deeply needs a friend. Let's forget that it took like 7 takes for me to say the word vulnerable. Let's forget about it and go into what I don't like of this design. Okay, the first thing that nagged me about the design was like the overall she was wearing, because she was going to stain it uniform. It didn't make sense to me. Also, the skirt was too short, as always. Yandere devs, stop liking minors. Also, the stockings with the stripes, I liked them, but I thought everything was too minty and too white. Like, I don't know, like it gets balanced with the dishes that she's carrying, but without them, it feels really pale. I also thought that she was carrying too much, at least on the splash art. So I put that down to 1 dish. That's the only problems I had with this design, because I really enjoy Amai's designs. I think it's really cool. Now onto the things I changed. I made the overall a little bigger to cover like her upper part of the uniform, because as I said, it didn't make sense for me. It was going to stain it. I also changed it a little bit, the colors on it. I made it a little bit more warm and changed the color of the headscarf to be orange, as well as a little pocket I put on the overall to also be orange. I changed the color of the stockings to be like pinkish. I changed the pose because I was really struggling drawing it, and also I took the basket and one of the dishes because it was too much for me. I made her eyes slightly more bright because in the sprite art it's the same color as the overall, and that was nagging at me all the fucking time. I also made her hair slightly more dark. I don't know, I just thought it fit, and that's basically all the changes I made. Now we go on to how you will eliminate her on the game. It's another not violent method. You will have to ruin Amai's food in order to get her rejected by Senpai. In this world, Amai will be given Senpai every day 1 small dish until Friday. In Friday, the day where she confesses, she will be given a big cake to Senpai in order to confess to him. Now, your role here will be sabotaging every dish Amai makes to convince Senpai that her food is like absolute dog shit, and that will get her rejected without a non-violent method, because Ayano actually enjoys a little bit of Amai's company because she has been always nice to her. That will be the second rival. Here's the final look. And now with 2 rivals out of the way, we can finally finish this video. I hope you all like it. It's like my first challenge. It's my first video like really talking on camera. So I hope you really enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making the redesigns. And if I see that this video does kind of well, I'll make the second part quicker. So I hope you have fun. Goodbye.